Well, we're all bundled up in sweaters, winters, hats, and gloves. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, as Chris has been telling us, sunlight to be exact. And protecting our skin from the sun is very important, especially with 3.5 million skin cancer diagnoses every year. And if you plan on taking off someplace warmer for the spring break, if you're lucky enough to do that, you need to read the label on the suntan lotion or sunblock for your purchase. Dr. Tracy Wilden is a physician with Premier Health Partners, joining us this morning to talk about a little bit on that. The sunscreen protection. First of all, even if you're not going away on spring break, you should have it on anyway right now, right?
Yes, and you know, the current recommendations really say that you should be wearing sunscreen year-round, whether it's spring, whether it's summer, whether it's fall.
A lot of people don't realize that. I mean, in the middle of the winter, you're not thinking about sunscreen, but it's in a lot of our lotions, so is that something to look out for?
For women, yeah, for women, a lot of women will be using lotion with like an SPF 15 in it, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, the big thing with sunscreen is it really needs to be reapplied during the day.
Okay, so there are some important ingredients that we need in these bottles. So is it in the over-counter bottles?
Yes, it is. In fact, avobenzene, which is one of the top 5, is actually in all 3 of these. But avobenzene, oxybenzene, titanium dioxide, zinc oxide, and ecamsul, those are probably the 5 ingredients you should always be looking for in the over-the-counter sunscreens.
Okay, it's important to have those in there. We'll make sure we get a list of those. Those are a lot of long names that I can't even pronounce, so make sure we get those on our website. You know, in terms of people's skin tone and skin color, and everyone needs to wear it, right? It doesn't matter if you tan really easily or if you burn easily like you and I do.
Correct. It really doesn't matter. Unfortunately, you're subjected to the sun's rays year-round, like I said, and every day. And it's fantastic if you have a darker skin tone, but unfortunately, everybody actually needs an SPF of probably 15, if not 30, every day.
Good. I'm going to tell that to my friends, and I might even have them call you, because some of my friends do not wear sunscreen because they tan so well. Also, the SPF, that's the big thing. Like my sister-in-law, she burns if she walks outside for 2 seconds, and she wears 100.
That's probably a little bit of overkill. Anything honestly over SPF 50 is probably more of a marketing claim. Really at 30, you're blocking 97% of the sun's rays. You could go up to 50, and of course you might want to do that with children, but really anything over 50 is just overkill.
So you don't need to spend the extra buck, essentially.
No.
You really just need to go with 30, and because the 100, it is that much more expensive. I mean, we were deciding on the bottles before we left for vacation, and I was like, wow, look at how much the 100 is. So it is a marketing ploy.
It really is. Okay. And the biggest thing really is reapplying. And even for the ones that market that they are sweat-proof, waterproof, swim-proof, those really need to be applied probably every 2 to 3 hours, because honestly, that protection against the water is really only about 40 to 80 minutes long.
That makes sense. Apply and reapply, as the good doctor tells us. Thank you so much for being here this morning to talk about that. Remember, don't spend that extra buck on the sunscreen.